showdown coming, conference games where the results will stick with you for the rest of the season. It's the Northwestern Wildcats and the Ohio State Buckeyes. Reese Davis, David Pollard, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
Checking in with Ohio State's head coach before the game. Even though their opponent today is not ranked in the top 25, Coach has been warning his players all week. Do not overlook anyone. We have to be the best version of ourselves today. I'll keep you posted on how it's going at halftime. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. Here comes the heat. Working that left side. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
Oh, better look out!
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. He's got it again. Picks up the first down. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Northwestern ready to dial one up on first down. Off the play fake. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
Man, how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
To the air, it's Childs. Floats it out in space. They'll stop the clock for an injured Wildcat. That's the junior offensive lineman that they're counting on. We hope he can return to play soon. Let's see if the defense comes after them. Third and short from the 45. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. Could not make his way to the corner.
And the offense tried to get it to their playmaker quick and see if he could get the first down. A little bit short, but what did I do? I made this a manageable fourth down. Now it's decision time. What do I want to do?
Northwestern will have to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. So Ohio State's offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. And this running game might have a huge advantage when they get to the second level of this defense, David.
Well, and this is a big challenge. Like, you're overmatched. You understand this guy is a top-shelf player, and I'll be honest, this defense has kind of struggled a little bit this season, but this individual matchup, you got to get him on the ground. You got to find a way to corral him, slow him down. He can't be the game wrecker. If that's the case, it's going to be too easy for this offense.
And if you're on offense, you got to be thinking, let's dominate in the trenches and let's get our star running back into the second level against this linebacker. We've got an athletic advantage at that position. So if we can free him up into the second level of this defense, make him make guys miss, those are going to be explosive plays.
Free up the gut! They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure it to first down.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
Now you got to think they'll really go on the attack. Big play has them set up first and 10 from the 48. Sayin unloads to the wideout. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Wildcats come out and set and ready to go. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
And the Wildcats, right after the huge play through the air back to the line. They're going to test the right side with this one. Plows ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
That back had nowhere to go. Defensive line ate up the blocks, but how about the linebackers swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
Hang on, Sloopy, the Buckeye crowd alive on third down. Keeps it himself and gets to first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And on third down, he calls his own number. Really nice job by the quarterback, making the decision, being decisive. He does a good job going, getting the first down, a new set of downs for this offense.
And the Wildcats will line it up on 1st and 10. The give out of the gun. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
They'll go right back to the run. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Sometimes you see the offenses sort of settle in, find areas to probe after that first quarter. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Here comes the option. No gain on the play. They tried to run for it, and that defense was ready.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, and they finally forced the fourth down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big fourth down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They're looking for any type of offense to try. Snags it, and there's running room. Took it all the way to the 36-yard line, and he flipped the field in an instant.
And man, you see it so many times, man. These crossing routes, like it doesn't matter if it's zone or if it's man. Like zone, you find the hole, man, you run away from guys. And if you put the ball on the money, just like the QB did right there, that's what happens. The yards after the catch, man. You can keep going. Guys are so spread out, and you can make big plays on this offense.
They don't seem interested in inching the ball down the field. That big play sets him up. 1st and 10 from the 36. Throwing, say it. Fires to the wideout. Complete on the left to Smith. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. The Buckeyes have moved it inside the 20. Run in the red zone, it's Jackson. Tough, determined run, gets it down to the 12. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Red pass, it's complete. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
I like the idea on offense. You want to get this guy the football in as many ways as possible. So you throw him the screen quickly to see if he can make somebody miss. It doesn't work there, but that should not be the last time you run that play.
And the Buckeyes are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Sayin from the gun on 3rd down. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
Good job by this defense, man. They've given up some yards and some plays on this drive, but they didn't lose focus. They stayed dedicated to what they're doing, and a great job on 3rd down, forcing the 4th down here, and hopefully the field goal attempt.
Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. Splits the uprights. Good. And with the field goal, we are tied here in the 2nd quarter.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Number 96, set to hit this one.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Hard-hitting tackle.
Tell you what, that read game really slows you down defensively, kind of makes you play responsibility football. And when you get chunks like that on 1st down as an offense, I would continue to come back to it.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. Wants to throw. It's Childs. Here's the pressure. And it's a sack. The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. They've got them penned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Swings it out to his running back. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. The Wildcats will have to send out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and take it back. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. Say it. The short hands, it's Jackson. And just when you think you've seen every move, he's got another one, and he's out to the 40.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Buckeyes can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. Grabbed in the middle, it's Smith. They'll get him stopped at the 45, but it's a big 15-yard pickup and a 1st down. Timeout signal for by the Buckeyes. That's their 1st. And they can take a moment to try to build a little momentum, get the right play called after picking up the first down. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
Now, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
Going to the run, it's Jackson. He'll be forced out of bounds, and they're showing confidence in their running game in the red zone. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Here's Sayin to throw. He's got it on the run. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
Oh, they're after him. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And I really like that decision by this quarterback. Listen, you've got a lot of downs here. It's first and goal. You're in scoring position. If you don't feel comfortable, throw that ball away. Live to fight another down.
Can the D deny them on second and goal? To the air, it's Sayin. Makes a catch. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Now, you always want to finish halves with a bang, right? Like, get some momentum, keep some momentum, and they did just that. They put the long drive together to score right here and completely change the way this game looks, Jesse, going into the half.
Yeah, you just saw a sense of urgency, too, on offense on that last drive, right? And give the coaching staff credit, too. I think they did a good job of really explaining the situation and the opportunity ahead of them. We can score here at the end of the half, take the lead, and we're going to get the ball back first in the second half to extend that lead. Really, really good awareness.
And they knocked through the extra point for the 10-3 lead. A 67-yard touchdown drive there, and they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. From the gun, running back gets to give. Picked up a few on that run, but this defense able to keep him contained here late in the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great one going down in Columbus today. Back and forth we've gone so far, and these numbers, it's funny, third down conversions don't always tell the story. Maybe staying out of those situations in the second half is the safest pathway to victory. And with that, we send it back to the guys in the shoe.
Northwestern about to boot it away to open the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Ohio State sending out the offense to start this drive. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Here's Julian Sayin to throw. Finds his big tight end. building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll run the jet sweep, making the defense go sideline to sideline. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. That's just an obvious face mask penalty there. No way you're getting away with it. Got to keep your composure there. Back to pass, it's Sayin. Finds his man, it's Johnson. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. Nice route, nice catch by this receiver. What's important for a quarterback throwing the in route to a guy in the slot?
Well, I think he has to have great timing, and I think the receiver needs to get his right depth so that they know exactly where each other is going to be and when the ball is going to be in the air. These two have outstanding timing with one another.
Using his legs, it's Jackson. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule. It makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
Fires to the tight end. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
When you can run routes like this big guy, you can line him up in the slot. You can give him some extra space to work and just let him find the open holes over the middle of the field. It's a good idea to line him up in different spots to help him out, but he's a big part of this passing game. You saw why there.
Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
So the offense accepts the penalty, and they'll get a little farther away from their own end zone. They send the tight end in motion. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. Tough sledding there as he picks up one to the 29.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Quarterback empties his backfield. Keeps it on the draw. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25.
And that's a good job by this defense, man. They got him in third and short, but, man, they've got to do a better job. If they want to get back in this football game, like, they've got to force some field goals. They've got to force some punts. They've got to force something to go their way, and they've got to be better on third down.
They're going to ride this running back. Stop is made almost immediately. Give him one to the 23.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Jackson. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16.
And this is exactly how you want to draw it up if you're an offensive coach. Later in the game, you start to get in the second half, and you've got the lead, and you can be the more physical team. It's really hard for somebody to come back. This defense has got to come up with a stop. They got to get more physical right now in this football game, or it's going to get out of hand.
They'll run it in the red zone. It's Jackson. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
And I think this is starting to get really frustrating for this defense, man. This is a drive that they're putting play after play together. And you finally force the third down, and they get the first down again. And so starting to sub some bodies because they're getting a little bit tired. They've got to find a way to get a third down stop.
Touchdown! Buckeye! What a catch in the end zone for 6.
And a really nice job understanding I got to get to that gap where there's a little bit of open space in the middle of the field when I run that post route. QB lays it out for him, and he catches it, gets 2 feet in bounds, in the end zone, touchdown.
Getting set for the point after.
Is on for the extra point.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. We take just a minute to look at the stats as they are threatening to put this one away. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. So first down will open up the final period. They'll run play action. Under fire. Quarterback gets the first down. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a first down.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
Looking downfield, it's Childs. Complete.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
The Wildcats with a second and short to keep this drive moving. He's got it on the right. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Yeah, and David, you just wonder at this point, is it just too little too late? This is one of their best playmakers offensively, but they just haven't been able to get him going in this game. Big reason why they're losing.
Yeah, and the defense has done a great job understanding that. I got to take that guy away. That's priority number 1. Understand it. Late in the game now, up by multiple scores. I'm playing my defense a little bit different. Can't give up the big plays. Time is on my side.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Strong pass rush, gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
We've already seen the gifts he has, man. You've seen him dance. You've seen him rush, like really good speed. That's what we talked about coming to this football game, trying to get some negative plays. A better job by the defense there, being aggressive, getting to him, and getting the sack on that play.
On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield.
And listen, everything's 4-down territory at this point when you're trailing by this much late in the game. So it's okay you didn't get the first down there, but now the pressure's on to convert this. Otherwise, it's ball game.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Hauls it in. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive.
Hey, I got to be honest. I don't know if the defense was expecting that type of throw on 4th down. It looked like they were all huddled close to the line of scrimmage, looking for something in the quick game, but instead the quarterback takes a shot vertically down the field and catches the defense off guard.
Looking to throw, it's Childs. Got it. Gain of right at 7 yards, 2nd and 3 coming.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
He wants to throw it again. Under fire. Lets it fly. Makes the grab. Perfectly thrown ball. Nice catch. Good tackle, but it's 1st and goal from the 5.
And that's why quarterbacks take their offensive lines out for all-you-can-eat wings. Clean pocket, able to step up, scan the entire field, and pick the open receiver.
First and goal and a great opportunity to slice into this lead. He'll pull it on the read. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Back to pass. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Northwestern. The Wildcats are right back on top.
Well, the offense did their part. You're just trying to apply some pressure on the opponent, right? Yeah, you're down right now, but if you can find a way to get the ball back with some time on the clock, they're within striking distance still to win this game.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. They march 78 yards down the field and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. He'll start the return inside his 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Now the Wildcats call a timeout. It's their first. They'll get together to decide how to play this 2nd down. Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. The RPO, fire complete to the left. Turning it on! He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. Timeout on the field, Northwestern has called it. That's their 2nd. And that got under their skin a little bit, having to use the TO after giving up the first down. And it looks as if the offense will just take a knee.